Hello, Jim Adams here. Today I want to share with you that you can actually trade options in your retirement accounts. I'm planning to see if I can earn at least 5% on a yearly basis, maybe more, but I'm going to start with trying to get 5%, and I'm going to share with you in this video how I plan to do that. So stay tuned. I think you're going to enjoy what I have for you. Thanks. Welcome to the Easy Investing Income YouTube channel. This is a channel that's dedicated to sharing with others that you can actually make really good passive income selling options in your accounts, not just your brokerage, but also your retirement accounts. Before I get started, I do want to share that if you decide to make any of these trades yourself, please do your own due diligence and be sure you understand what you're getting into. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So today I'm going to actually talk about selling options in retirement accounts. Over the last year, I've been able fairly consistently been able to earn around 2,000 a month. I started with 1,000 and now I've been averaging 2,000. So what I want to do next is I really want to juice my accounts, my retirement accounts, meaning I want to be able to add another 5 or 6% return on a yearly basis. A lot of you may understand the rule of 72. So if I can, increase my return from say 10 to 15%, I can, vastly reduce the amount it takes for that account to double. So the rule of 72 is if you earn a 10% return and you divide 72 by 10, it means it would double in about 7.2 years. So let me go ahead and jump into my spreadsheet. I'd like to every week kind of have a plan for where I want to go. And so here we go. So in previous weeks, I've had a lot of options expiring. This coming up week, which is the last week, September, I don't really have anything expiring. But what I am trying to do is actually set up the account so that I can earn the additional income by selling options in my retirement accounts. Let me move this a little bit. So here you can see I do mention that I don't really have anything expiring. Most of what I have expiring is in October 15th, but I do want to potentially close some positions if I can get at least a 90% return. And I may look at trying to sell some options, especially if it's a down week. Last week was really weird. Monday was a really down week. And then by Friday, it had completely recovered, I think, from all the losses early in the week. So some of my favorite stocks going into this final week of September, again, are Prudential, PRU. It pays a really good dividend, has good income. Something I'm very interested in. WBA is actually Walgreens. They also have had some really good returns lately, and it's something else I'm looking at, and they also pay a good dividend. Big lots. I've actually got some positions in my brokerage accounts, so I'm also going to look at potentially trying to get some of that in also my retirement account. My goal is when I turn 59 and a half, and I'm currently 55, so you're talking like 5 years, that I can maybe double my retirement accounts, and then at that point I can draw those down, as well as continue to sell options on them. Currently I've been able to get a pretty good living selling in my brokerage accounts. Like I said before, I've been able to earn 2,000. The next one is eBay. Again, it's something I use quite a bit. I actually recently purchased TurboTax on it and got it for $15, mainly because I was trying to use H&R Block and I had major issues with being able to actually load from Schwab, and I did not have those issues with TurboTax. I was able to actually load all the data I needed. And I also like Schwab. I'm still trying to pick up some of those shares. And then I've always liked DVY, which is an ETF that focuses on dividend paying value companies. And I find it's very optionable. I can earn some pretty good premium from selling options with it. And then ARKK. And ARKK, I did get myself into a little bit of trouble at one point, but I've been able to pick up some really good income from it recently. So it's something else that I'm going to also use in my retirement accounts. Um, let's go over some of the things I plan to do. Actually, let me move this up here and get it completely out of the way. So I'm with the retirement accounts, I don't have to worry so much about taxes. I can actually sell and close things, and it's not going to hit me tax wise. So I'm going to actually probably close a lot more positions. If I can get an 80-90% return, I'm going to close them. I'm also going to sell any partial shares that I might have, mainly so that I could sell covered calls. I need to have increments of 100. And when we had a really down day on Monday, I actually bought some more. I think Southern Company and a few other companies where I had like 75 shares, and I just needed to round it up to 100. Now I can actually sell some covered calls on those companies. I think it was DVY as well as Southern Company, and then I can trade more. Again, I don't need to worry about taxes. And I mentioned in my previous video, and I'm also going to mention it here, through all these different trades I've done over the last year, I've done over 200 trades, and the main three that I'm going to focus on going forward are, covered calls, cash secured puts, and what I call put vertical credit spreads. I am no longer going to do call vertical credit spreads. That's where I got myself in trouble. I did get myself in trouble with Microsoft, but on the down day this past Monday, I was able to sell Microsoft at close to 290. So in the end, I took a $2,000 loss, my only loss, but it was a $2,000 loss, and it potentially could have been as much as $4,000, but Microsoft did come down, and I went ahead and bit the bullet and sold it. And like I mentioned before, I am going to try to add an additional 5% on selling or closing the contracts, and then this is above the current return, so not just 5%. So I've been averaging 10 to 15, almost as much as 20% in some of my retirement accounts. So this is 5% above what I was trying to do. And again, I'm going to be using these stocks over here on the left as the primary ones that I want to use, and actually selling puts. So as I build up more cash, then I'll buy more shares, and hopefully this will allow these accounts to double a lot quicker. Let me actually go into, I've got Schwab open, so I was going to show you here where we can actually come down and we can look at options. And I like how Schwab does it. So I can actually look at, and this is all my different options in all the different accounts. You can click this little arrow to see the details, but what I wanted to show people is you can do, and I'm pretty sure you can do this in most brokerages, so you can actually sort by gain and loss, and here it'll actually show you. So that's a 68%. This one is 69. Okay, this next one is the one that I'm interested in. So that's 80, what is that, 89.99. So it's something I would look at. The market continues to go up. This one and also this next one is 82. So you can see I don't really have any that are near that 90% range, but in my retirement accounts, that's what I'm talking about. If I can get a pretty good return, I'll go ahead and close that, and I can actually sell another cover call and make more money. So I may be holding on to some of these too long. So you can see, I also like the fact that I can look at price. So anything that's getting inexpensive, so if I scroll all the way down, if they're positive too, it means I purchased those options. So that's usually the negative options that I'm more curious about. So this -2, it would be potentially $10, $12 to actually close that position. So it's something I might look at. So it gives me the ability to look around and figure out what I want. I also noticed that if I go to research, this is something I just wanted to share with people. I noticed that Schwab has added Greeks to the web browser page. So if I go to, let me go to Coca-Cola, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. And then if I go to options, and I do view option chains, if you come over here, you can actually see down at the bottom, it now has Greeks. This is something new to me. Excuse me, I played tennis this morning and my throat's a little bit dry. It was actually a nice match, 2 hours. And then I actually was outside all day yesterday. I typically try to get the videos out on Fridays, but my son was out of school this week for fall break, and we went and watched drag racing. So it was real interesting. It's something he's real into, and I enjoy it. It's not my most favorite thing to do, but I just enjoy spending time with him now that he's a senior in high school. So here you can actually see it. You can actually see the deltas. Before, maybe I just missed it, but I don't believe this was here at some point before. I remember looking at the different strategies. So it's nice they've added this. It allows me to do most of my trading on the Schwab platform. It makes it a little bit easier to do the trading. And you can see here, I'd like to do the 20% delta so I can see with Coke, what kind of premium you can get. Here's also the close to the 20% delta, $17 to $19 in 13 days. And typically I go out 27 to 30 days. So here between these two is the 20 or 40. So I'm getting a little bit more. So you can see having the delta is nice. And then you can click select. And then if you change it to puts or calls, it'll actually, that particular field or row will continue to be, actually let's see if I can show you. So delta, let's look at this delta. So if I do select and I come back up and I switch to, let's just put the puts, and I think I was 3 or 4 weeks out. Yeah, see how that's selected right here? Makes it a little bit easier. It's some nice functionality I found with Schwab, and it allows me to do almost everything now right on the main Schwab internet platform. So that's it for today. I just wanted to share these important points with people, and that I didn't originally realize that I could trade options in my retirement accounts. I actually requested for level 2, which I got for even my SEP account. I got it on my Roth, my IRA, and my SEP account. The 5% I'm shooting for, I'm going to primarily do it in my regular IRA account. I'm going to also trade in the other ones, but I'm going to shoot for the 5% and be a little bit more risky. I want to learn from one smaller account, and if I can get the 5%, I'm hoping it's going to be like what's happened in my year journey. So in my year journey, I got $1,000 the first month, and that was my lowest month. I was able to do better and better. So I'm going to do this. I'm also going to look at maybe some new additional types of trades. I'm hoping I can even do better than that 5% yearly goal. And again, that's above what I'm earning. So if that account goes up 15%, I'm hoping I can add an additional 5, so it would be like a 20% return. So I hope you enjoyed this. As always, I'll have links down below if you want to contact me or take a look at my blog or become a patron. It'll all be below, and I hope you're doing well, and I hope you have a great weekend. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.